Yeah.
which was
Hello,
marked by your campaign.
welcome to Diana's Draw Stream. I am here with awesome T Mac and Rick Piper from Cross Comics. We are getting ready to draw One Punch Man. Woohoo!
Wasn't this
He is
Terry's suggestion?
hero, a
Yeah.
superhero from a Japanese superhero manga. Um, and basically, it's a story about. Let me see if I can get his name right. Satama. He becomes a superhero. And I watched a little bit a YouTube sort of like, what is this about? So I have a little bit of understanding. But at any rate, he looks like a fun character to draw. I have attempted to do the same, and I'm going to look at what these guys have up on their screen right now. It looks like they're getting ready. Um,
Yeah. I'm
the
getting
super-
some Oh, well, getting my reference on something that I can actually see.
yeah. So you guys are really good. I'm I'm an extra beginner, an how do you say it? So I'm learning to use Procreate, and I have been encouraged by obviously T Mac and Rick and Terry from our other friend. I don't know if he's coming or not tonight, but to what do they call it? Like trace it, and then you learn to color and all of that. So that's what I've been doing when I do draw. I am not where Rick is or even where Chris is by no means. These guys are true artists. I'm more of a doodler. I like to color, and it's kind of fun to learn the program of Procreate, which is I'm doing well with it. I know how to do layers. I know how to do this and that, whatever. But at any rate, see, that's why I turned my thing off because people would think, oh, Terrence messaged me. Hmm.
What
I'm
did
going
he
to check.
have to say?
Oh, he shared a YouTube Saitama versus Geno's fight, One Punch Man. So I think it's a link or something to something. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is.
I don't
That
know.
was
From
4 hours.
everything I could tell, One Punch Man has never been defeated.
No, that's true. He has never been defeated, according to what I heard. He is the strongest individual in the world, according to what I have read, which I think is kind of interesting because I've never heard of him. I mean, and when you look at the character, he's very simple. He's a very simplistic styled character, I might say. I kind of looked at some of the images, and he's very well. His story is. Do you guys know the story at all? Have either of you? Uh,
I've watched a few things, but I can't give you a
I've
summary of the
wa-
lore.
I've watched like I think one episode. I want to watch more of it. I know it's only got 2 seasons as an anime,
yep.
but it of course is being well. Um, its manga is probably a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, it has. I think it's on its third season. I think. But again, I was watching a video on YouTube about One Punch Man because I'm like, well, where are we?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be drawing him. I should like get to know his story a little bit, and I did. And so it's kind of an interesting thing. He was just an average guy, apparently, and he was coming home, I think, from work. I don't know all the details because the way they did the YouTube video, it was like, okay, so this is where he was when he was a little kid. Now he's in middle school, and now he's an adult, and then at the point of being an adult is when he became a superhero. I do know that his training was quite interesting. He did 100 push-ups. He did, I think, 100 squats. Everything was 100 to build up his stamina. He shut off his air conditioning in his apartment so he could like get his body. And at some point, his body started to break down. I do believe that there was, God, what was it? Was it an ant? It was something that attacked him. I don't know. If you're out there watching, please come in to and comment and straighten my butt out because I'm like really flailing here. Um, trying some quick things. I know Terry probably has seen every episode, knowing him. Is that him popping in now? Yes, it is. Oh, there he is. Well, welcome, Mighty Geek. Hi.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Um, so I watched. I was just explaining. I don't know if you heard. You're probably getting set up. I watched a YouTube video talking about One Punch Man. A little bit of like in the beginning, like when he was a
Mhm.
child, when he was in school, and then when he became an adult is really when the superhero came in. I know that there was somebody that started up the superhero sort of company. I know I'm botching this because I again watched it while I was doing other things, so I have
Mhm.
little bit pieces. And wasn't there? And it was an ant. It wasn't a spider. It was something that bit him, or I thought he got powers. Maybe that's something else. Do you
No,
have
that's something else.
that's
Sounds
something
like
else?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
No, Diana. What happened to this guy is
I knew he'd be able.
he had a desire since he was a child to be a hero who could take out any opponent with one punch.
Thank you. See,
So
I know that.
what he
Mhm.
did was he started an intense workout regimen and that made him so strong it also made him bald.
Yes, that I remember. And the workout I thought was kind of funny. 'Cause it was like 100 of this, 100 of that,
100
and
sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day.
every day
Wouldn't
without
that like take up your whole day? Wouldn't you be able to? Would you
it was
be able to
really
even
good,
work?
honestly. Well, thank goodness this is a manga, and you can do anything you want in like a comic
Yeah,
book. Yeah,
yeah.
you know, it looked like it would be an interesting story. I didn't actually watch the video; like they had little clips from the
Yeah.
different episodes and whatnot. But I just really
Mhm.
wanted to get basic, very basic, as you can see, understanding of who this character was. And it looks like I think it's not his
Well,
third
I can
season.
tell you,
It might
yeah,
be more.
they're still making the third season. But I can
Yeah.
tell you, as far as the manga goes,
Mm-hmm.
he has elevated even more.
Ah. Well, it's
Yeah.
interesting. When I was looking for images of him, I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
quite sure because I saw some that I thought he had hair in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
He started his hero journey. He did have hair, black hair. But
Yeah.
then most of the ones were the bald-headed guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so it looks like you guys are already started. So I'm going to go ahead and do my solo layout. Let's go and see. Okay, so we have Rick from Cross
Yeah,
Comics. He's working on this guy. What's he got
yeah.
around his neck? That looks like a fur thing or something
Where?
around his.
Actually, it's his cape. It's in shadow.
It's in shadow. Oh my
Yeah,
god! It almost looks like he had like a fox fur on.
I-
But once once you said cape, I'm like, oh duh. Yes, it's his cape. And he looks more realistic. He looks almost like
yeah.
well,
It's
there are two drawing types of him.
mhm,
The more detailed drawing is one when he's being very serious.
right.
The normal drawing is a little more when he's not taking anything seriously.
Hmm.
yeah. Plus, I don't think this is the regular anime art here. I think this is somebody's drawing of him.
Okay, is he right?
I could be wrong, but I guess Mighty Geek or Chris might know more if they looked. And of course, I've got several
Uh,
pictures.
that looks like someone redid an animation still.
Hmm.
But yeah, the one
I'm
Diana
talking
was
about your
just seeing
reference.
this. Diana was just seeing this one here by itself.
Ah.
Right. Okay. Now
Mm.
that's the one. The bottom one is the one that I am more familiar with.
Yeah.
All right. That is looking good. You've got your references. That's awesome. All right. Let's go down to T Mac. Here we go. And all right, sir. What do you got going on for me?
Just sketching. I haven't had a good pose yet.
You haven't had a good pose yet.
I haven't liked my posing for him yet. He's a little
Yeah.
different. He's not quite as muscular as the heroes that, are
Mhm.
commonly drawn in superhero comics. He's a little bit
Actually,
normal
if
looking.
you watch season 1, episode 5, I think it is, when he goes to register for the hero exam, you'll see
Yeah.
him as so ripped that is ridiculous.
Mm. So you are working on. Are you going to put him in the pose you're kind of referencing, or are you going to do something different?
Who are you talking to?
You.
You.
I'm just drawing. I don't know what I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him in his outfit.
Okay.
You're gonna put him in clothes, eh? Jeez,
Mm.
I
novel
think so. I might
concept.
make him. Could I make
Since
him nude, or would that be against your show values?
it's my show,
Well,
Yeah.
actually, he's been nude a few times during a fight.
well, you don't need to have nudity. This is a G-rated program. Thank you very much. Can you imagine
Well, his
the
head's nude.
whose head is nude? You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. All right. We're going to just move him right out. And we'll just see what Terry is doing down here.
In case you want to know exactly how powerful he is, you'd have to
Mhm.
read the current chapter of the manga.
Okay. Well,
He
I
does
know that.
something.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
He does something that most most in the DC universe would find impossible.
Hmm. I know
Which
that
is
he did say he's the most
Well,
powerful.
spoiler alert right here. He
Okay.
exposes Jupiter's core with a sneeze.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
That's
And not
kind of
only
what's an
that,
interesting Superman kid do?
he was thrown into the sun and escaped the
uh-huh.
sun's gravitational pull with a fart.
Come on. This is such a guy thing. Oh my God. You guys are
No,
killing it.
this
It
That's
is
a
is.
just goes
Japanese
to show
thing.
how overpowered he is.
He's overpowered, all right. Oh my
He's so
Lord.
overpowered that anything is possible with him.
So I decided to be ambitious today and
Okay.
start earlier. So I did.
Hmm.
And now, what is it called when it's just the plain color crisp flats, right?
Yep.
It's flat. So I
It's
did all
flats.
the flats. So it's a very a flat
Hmm.
looking dude. Hold him up, and then I'm going to try and look at the picture that I downloaded to see if I can do my. Wait a second. I should take my iPad. All right. Can you guys see this at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually
Yeah.
looking. Did you color
So
that already?
yes, I've done.
I
This
think
is
that's her.
Oh,
this.
that's good.
I drew it. I colored it. So now I have to add all that shading factor. So hold on a
Yeah.
second. I'm going to add a layer that I was working from because again, I'm not an artist. So this is the actual image that I worked from.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, and so you can see the depth and everything because mine just doesn't have that. Mine's kind of like, oh,
yeah.
that's very nice, little girl. Good job. Go back home and don't.
Well, Diana, I'm going to tell you this now. You will make an inker of you yet.
So that's what I'm going to work on. I got off camera so I could concentrate without making weird faces because I into it. And it's fun because I'm learning how to really use Procreate, which I
Hmm.
think will help as I continue working on my different projects. I enjoy working with the iPad and learning how to do different things. So I'm thankful that you guys give me this challenge every week. I will never call myself an artist in this respect, but I am having fun, and
You
that's
will
what it's
get
all.
there.
Mhm. I think so. I mean, eventually, I will be able to hopefully, do a good job and be able to do like you, Rick, and Chris, and just look at the image and be all that in a bag of chips. That's what I would like to do. But right now, I'm not there. So for anybody listening and watching, you too can do what I'm doing. You just need an iPad or a light cord, and you can have having fun with it.
And a whole lot of encouragement.
Yeah, it's like you guys haven't thrown me off yet. Please don't do this anymore. But like I watched the three of you and how you do like these rough sketches, then you go back and you make it a little
Mhm.
bit better. And I'm just basically tracing the artwork.
You
And
know what? Well,
Actually,
20 years ago, I did a lot of
I,
20, 30 years ago, I did a lot of tracing.
dude, we all did a lot of tracing. That's how we got. That's how we learned to do
Uh,
it.
you see,
Now you can be like One Punch Man's creator, who
yeah, there
couldn't
you
draw
go.
at all. He couldn't draw at
Oh,
all.
he didn't.
He
That's so
could.
funny.
yeah, well,
No,
sometimes the creator
this
is
started out as a
not the
poorly
writer.
drawn. He's a better writer than he is an artist.
There you go.
He drew a poorly drawn webcomic, and
Uh,
Yusuke Murata, who does the official manga, took
right.
it over and just cleaned it up.
See that there,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Diana, that got
Yes.
up right now?
Yeah.
I traced that a long time ago, the basic
Oh,
body, and then I put on
Mhm.
the costume. This was
Right.
one of
okay.
the original. This is technically the original, one of the original looks for the Canadian Shield, except
Oh,
I didn't have him quite as buff as what I
oh,
wanted.
right.
Right.
Cool though. But I mean, and I guess I see the logic in all of that.
Mhm.
But I do like the fact of learning Procreate through a useful means. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
better for me to practice doing this type of thing where I, you know, practice with my lines and I go back and learn how to do layers. So that's where I'm at. And I'm having fun with it. So I guess it's okay. You know,
And of
it's
course, I did all that before there was computers to.
But Jill, but
I didn't
Jill, I
have
think
programs
she's
like what
got it.
you did.
yeah. The
I,
shading is way more challenging.
I'm gonna let you in. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Tracing
Exactly.
paper was the best friend of most of us.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Chris did.
Nah, I never did. Recently, I've done a lot of tracing of backgrounds if I want like a really detailed city view or
Yeah.
something like that. But
Uh,
Dude,
I
I kind
think
of grew up.
I created myself
those are
makeshift flake boxes.
But I kind of grew up
that
thinking
too.
everybody was drawing straight up. And
No.
my shock and surprise, like it's not just comics. It's like Norman Rockwell and all the tracing he did. He did all these classic
Mhm.
American paintings. They all started off as tracings of photographs that he set up. I was
Really?
like started by that. Yes, I was like that was one of the legends, and he was a tracing.
Well,
What the?
are you familiar with the Lucida projector?
Yes, that's another one. Yep.
Yes.
In fact, he
Mm-hmm.
used a version of that, I believe.
Yeah. Dude, Leonardo da Vinci used that one
Yep.
for his initial sketch.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's how he was able to. Oh, I mean, it still takes time. You still have to be able to control the pencil. You still have to
Right.
some idea. I just enjoy. It's very relaxing to me to do this. It's well, I like to color anyway. So coloring for me is
Mhm.
always like it's a snowy day.
I see.
I'm going
Now
to
I see
color.
what you want to do. Now
But
I see what you want to do. Mhm.
the thing
You want
is,
to be a colorist.
I don't know if I want to be a colorist. I don't know what I want to be. I want to just have fun and write. That's really
Mhm.
where I want to write. I can't spend too much time on this, but doing this, like I said, is fun. Simply because I'm able to just kind of relax with it and do it. Like so, the shape stuff like that. That's what I'm going to get ready to attempt to do now. Is the and the shading takes a lot of time and effort. I've noticed that because I don't really have a flipping clue as to what I'm doing with this. But I'm going to give it a whirl. Why not? Give it a whirl and we'll see.
Well, the one thing that I'm not sure whether you can do it with Procreate is
Mhm.
select a layer. So you've got that color, and then have your new layer, and then you just you can shade wherever you want on top of that color.
Hmm.
Yes, I can.
I know you.
I
I know you can do that in Photoshop.
Uh,
Uh, I
Clip
just paint
Studio, which is
and
what I use.
Medibang and Clip Studio. I know you can do that in those programs. I wasn't sure about. Well, I've never used
Just add
Procreate,
another
so
layer, right? Don't I
I would.
add a layer on top of the flats to do the shading?
As
Yeah,
long as you have, as long
Yeah,
as you have your layers not blocking each other out, it'll be fine.
Right.
right.
yeah. So yeah, you want your layer to be on top of your flat layer for that color.
Yeah.
Right. So when I go to do like the cake, for instance, I have to make sure I have a new layer on top of the cake
Mhm.
layer.
Yeah,
And
Before you
uh,
before you make the new layer, just make sure you save everything.
I think it automatically saves.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I have like 7 layers right now because what I did was, for me, I just, I started out with the lines, of course, tracing the lines. Then I said, what do I want to do now? I'll probably do the coloring. So I started at the top, worked my way down. Just added every time I did a color, like for the head, for the outfit, I added another layer because that's how Chris told me to do it.
Mhm.
That way, if I mistake, I can go back and fix it. So I just look at my layers, go with, like the boots,
Yeah.
any color had a different. Every color has a different layer, except for
yeah,
the. I kept the cake with the 2 shades of gray. It was just easier that way.
Mhm.
So yes, kind of what I'm doing, and now I'm just going back and cleaning it up as we sit and chit chat. But guys, I would love to get other people to come on. We're doing a lot of fun stuff here, and hoping other people will eventually hop on over, and especially the artists that can take
Mhm.
a look at you guys and just draw your way. I hope by me doing this is not deterring anybody from coming. If it's a true,
Oh,
No.
not. Is that would be? I don't want
all
that.
you just gotta make sure you keep a lookout for the back end.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking, share it everywhere.
Uh,
But I
I
normally
shared it. I shared that we were doing this on Twitter, Facebook, and in my Discord.
cool.
So hopefully people will come by.
I know. I know. Oh man. But we can talk about other stuff. All right. So One Punch, he's a cool character. I mean, Terry, you probably the only one that's watched the entire series,
Yeah.
or right?
I'm still reading the manga.
You still reading it? Yep. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
How many volumes is it, or whatever?
Well, for volumes, it's over. It's close to what Naruto was, which was over 70 volumes.
Whoa, that's a one hot story. Ooh,
And a volume, if I know right, is like an
Five
Archie
or six.
digest or double
Yeah,
digest.
size. Yeah. So it's got about at least 10 chapters per.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's pretty big. Um,
I would think
Yeah.
so.
and it's not ended yet. Am I right?
Right.
So they've got a lot to go.
Yeah, it
Um,
seems like when I watched this little info YouTube thing, it sounded like it wasn't ending anytime soon.
Nah.
Mm.
Well, they make them like a serial, like a serial story. It goes on, and as soon as they run out of ideas for one season, they just start dreaming up the next season
Mm.
or the next volume,
Yeah.
or.
Yeah. But eventually it will come to an end.
yeah, well, obviously the TV series is following most likely the manga, and as long as
Yeah.
the manga stays ahead and keeps going, they'll have stuff. It's just like
Yeah. They'll
My
always.
Hero Academia,
Yeah.
which is another good one that one time we should do.
Yeah.
When it comes to My Hero Academia, you have to be careful because there are several series. One called Vigilantes, and there's the original.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, we would go with the original, I think,
Mm.
because I think most people would know the original.
Yeah.
I've and it's one that's been made into an anime, which I do like. I've watched
Yeah.
all of it. I think Diana would really like that. My
Yeah.
Hero
Oh
Academia.
yeah, you would like that one and probably Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Majority of fans like Demon Slayer for one character and one character only.
Yeah, I've heard of Demon Slayer. I think our kids watch that. Our kids watch a lot of anime. Right, Chris? Don't the kids watch a lot of anime and stuff?
Not what you guys would call anime. They watched a lot of westernized stuff though.
Hmm.
Larissa's more anime. Not all the kids though.
Okay. I stand corrected then. Hmm.
Although now that I think about it, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Krista's into it too. I'm not sure.
I think for some of it, I don't really know. And like, is manga and anime are pretty much the same thing. So I know that Jace likes it. I know Kay likes it. Sailor Moon, isn't that manga? She's a manga, right?
Yes, she is. Most of the popular anime started out as a manga.
Okay.
And there's something too. A lot of there's a lot of anime that some of us nerds watched as kids here in the Western that
Yeah.
I'd say we
Yeah,
didn't know was like I didn't realize G-Force, Battle of the Planets was till later. Astro Boy,
Hmm.
Robotech. To me, they were just cartoons.
Right. You
yeah.
didn't. You were. They're just cartoons. I don't know what they are, but they're cool. Um. Yeah. I'm gonna take that off there. So we went to Rail
Most
City.
people didn't. Most people didn't realize that Speed Racer came from Japan until the late '80s.
That is kind of funny too.
It is.
So you were saying you guys went to the Comic Con?
Yeah, we went to the Rail City Comic Con. It was
Okay.
very fun. It was very well run. It wasn't a Comic Con. I stand corrected. It was a fan fest, which is a whole different group. Whole
Ah,
different.
It's basically the same thing,
It's not
just
though.
under a different name.
No, guys. There weren't many creators as far as comic book creators. I think Christian like 9 or 10, something like that.
Not even.
yeah.
Yeah,
As
well,
far as
just
Well,
because
creators go,
there's
you had
not a
fanfares are
lot of
you.
just
What's that?
because there's not a lot of creators, I wouldn't say it's not a Comic Con. In fact, that might make it more a Comic Con because
no, it
Yeah.
didn't. It was not a Comic Con.
I was just gonna say because that's more what they used to do. Have
Yeah.
mainly comics when they first started out. The
Right,
creators going to it.
exactly. So, but what I'm saying
I
is
admit you
now,
guys. I'll be right back.
okay,
Uh,
many of the Comic Cons that we've attended are
yeah,
more geared towards pop culture.
yeah,
Yes, they have a bunch of creators, but they also have everything under the sun for pop culture. When I think of a Comic Con in my little brain, I think of comic books and stuff like that because I think originally that was the hope to have it like that. I think
yeah,
I could be wrong.
yeah. That sounds right from what I heard.
Wrong. So it was very well run. Luke, this is the second year for him running this event. A couple of things I feel may have impacted the attendance. That's really where we felt it could have used a little more. Is first off, the the air quality was very, very poor. There was lots
Thanks,
of smoke
Canada.
from the Canada Canadian fires. We were that close, like Quebec was right over the line.
Uh,
St. Albans, Vermont, so it's close enough to Canada. And it was really, really bad. It was super hot and humid and downpours all day on Saturday. They also had a couple other events in their area. I think that was impacted, and it was not air conditioned. It was in a sports complex, a beautiful sports complex, and then we actually were on the tennis courts, inside tennis courts, but they didn't have air conditioning. So
Oh,
it
wow.
so stinking hot. Like I don't typically mind heat, but I got to tell you guys, this was awful. But he did, in his defense, he had provided donuts and coffee for both days for the vendors for everybody that was there. Lunch was provided for both days. Little sandwiches he brought in. Saturday night he got pizza for everybody there.
Oh,
Um,
that's
You
cool.
know, so I mean that alone, and he had plenty of fun things to do. Like they had a trivia, they had a cosplay contest, they had this really cool, what was it, video gaming company that came and they could play like Mario Kart stuff. And so he did provide a lot of fun stuff. It's just there weren't enough crowds. You know, it was
Yeah.
very, very quiet, I would say.
Uh,
You know, but
well, speaking of cons, I just signed up for another one to go to on September 30th
oh,
of this.
nice.
So my September is going to be really busy. It's over in Minneapolis,
Oh,
Minnesota. Eh?
whoa. Minneapolis, huh?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Or that area. It's Maplewood, Minneapolis, but it seems to be a suburb or something like that of
He's going to
uh,
be a traveling dude. He's going to be everywhere.
and it's called God, Comics, and Gaming. So it's
Whoa.
almost like a Christian Comic Con.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Creators get a free table,
Nice.
so that was that's sort of
That's
cool.
one of the draws. How long is it going to take you to get there? You'll take a bus, I'm assuming.
I'm thinking of taking a bus to Detroit and then flying there.
Okay.
It seems like it'll be a little cheaper.
Is it?
But a bus completely takes about 24 hours,
Yeah.
just under. You know,
How
uh,
many days is this event?
it's just one day.
Wow.
So uh, so basically, I got a free table. It's just going to cost my transportation and
Yeah.
lodging. So uh, probably not going to make money. Well, I'll probably sell, but I probably won't make money.
Well,
If you know what I mean.
yeah, you don't know though. I mean,
Yeah, I hope I make money.
because you're so funny. I probably won't make money, but you might. You don't know.
Yeah,
Especially Christian books and stuff. If they're Christian.
yeah. But it's like it's what goes to 10 to 4, like about a 6 hour show. So I got to do a lot of sales in 6 hours.
Right? Yeah, to make it up for the transportation, I suppose, right? That's what it sounds like.
And yeah, just to make up one or the other transportation. Oh, you know what? No, I will probably have one night of staying overall. Gonna go for the Friday and come back the Saturday. There's like a 6:24 flight back to um, Detroit.
Okay. And then you take from Detroit, you go back to how much what is it, 20? How many hours on the bus are you going to be going from?
From Hamilton to Detroit, I think isn't that far. I think that's like maybe 3 or 4 hours at best,
Oh, that's not bad.
and then
That's
it's like an under 2 hour flight.
right.
Now, the major pain is when I'm going to be coming to Athol in a couple weeks later.
I know.
Unless I can figure out maybe a spot that one of you guys might be nice enough to pick me up at, because they want you to go all the way down to New York City and back up.
Where are you? What are you taking a bus? Is that what your plan is to get here?
Yeah.
And where is it coming into?
Well, to get right into, I think Athol, they want to go all the way down to like New York City and that back up um, for the bus. It's like
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. Um, I'm trying to think. I don't
Let me.
know the transportation lines very well. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Um,
I get it. I get you.
There's got to be. That's kind of weird going all the way.
Here, let me.
God, I do not like One Punch Man as much as I thought.
One,
I just want
Why?
to detail enough, and you constantly got to like dumb it down.
Well, that's manga for you.
That's part of the appeal of it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Anyone can draw. That's part of the appeal of manga in general. Anyone can draw it. The style is
From
so simple. It's easy to draw.
Buffalo to Athol. MA for Massachusetts, right?
yeah,
How far are you guys from Boston?
about an hour.
Oh,
yeah, we're about an hour west of it.
Mhm.
okay.
That's not bad.
Why don't you shoot for Boston instead?
Yeah, where are
They're a
you
lot
shooting?
easier.
Well, I think it's the same no matter what. Here, I'm gonna say from
Oh, it's the
Buffalo,
bus line. The bus line wants you to do that. Do it that way.
Buffalo to Ath- Athol. Okay, it doesn't even want to do Athol for this one.
No, you can't. It's going to be Greenfield, Springfield, Boston. If you're taking a
Okay,
bus.
we'll say
I'm going to. Well, you're looking for that.
Springfield.
I'm going to highlight you guys because I got carried away over here. Let's do. All right, we're going to put Terry on. Let's find Terry here.
Well, that's not too bad.
All right, Terry. So let's see. What do you got going on? We know we're doing One Punch Man. He's looking
Well,
good.
the
How
guy
far is
who tried to sneak, the guy who
Go
tried to
ahead.
sneak up behind him got hit in the face. He's probably orbiting the Earth as we speak.
Oh, it's good though.
Oh, where's Syracuse?
What's New York?
Syracuse is
There's a 3-hour stop over there before going to Springfield, Massachusetts.
Springfield is about an hour from us. Springfield is west of us, and Boston is east of us. So
okay.
you're taking a Greyhound, I would imagine.
Yeah, that is saying Greyhound.
And you may want to go. You may want to go to Springfield since you're going through Syracuse, which is western New York.
Yeah, well, the things,
Yeah.
and that's 11 hours to get from Buffalo to Springfield.
And then we'll see what Chris T-Mac is doing. Oh yes, I see. Look at how smooth your lines are, and your ear doesn't look normal. I gotta do something with them with my ear. I gotta put that in there maybe. Oh, interesting.
This is why you ink over your pencil work.
Right.
Not because the pencils won't show up when you print it. They do, but very lightly.
Yeah, well, I'm laughing because, like, if you watched me doing this, it's like, oh, that's a sweet little line. It's just squiggly. Chris makes it look so easy.
Oh, we all make it look easy, but it's not that easy.
It's not. All right, now we're gonna go.
It's never that easy.
All right, now we're gonna show Rick's handiwork. He's looking good. Yep.
Yeah, he's starting to look like One Punch Man.
Yes, he is. Very cool.
How long is his cape? Is it?
It's a little
It
past
comes
his
down
cap.
behind his. It's about as long as Superman's cape. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Down to about his ankles?
No.
It comes down
It's
to about his knees.
his and the picture I have, it's his calf. It's like a little past his knee.
Yeah.
above the
Yeah,
ankle.
because just above. Just look at this one. It's just above his knees.
Right. Yep.
Let's see.
And that one's above
That's
his
why.
knees. Yeah.
That's why I say it's more like Superman's cape, not Batman's cape, which comes down past his ankles.
Yeah, it depends on which Superman that you're going with, though.
Yeah, I think they
Because
went
that
with an
picture,
older. I think they went with an older Superman model for the cape. If you were watching Superman the animated series, his cape came down to the middle of his knees. In some cases, just above his knees.
Cool.
yeah, when he was originally created, it came just down past his butt.
I know.
Which,
They did
uh,
well. They did that because of cost.
yeah. Well, well, as you saw from that one picture, Superman, my Canadian Shield, originally his cape was really long, and actually I heard that around the time the All Star Superman came out, and it
Mhm.
made me change the size of Canadian Shield's cape to where I wanted to come just around about his butt
Yeah.
because I thought that was actually a little better, cooler at that point. I don't know why, but
Well, if you've seen the old Fleischer cartoons of Superman, right?
yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. His cape was pretty short there. Hold on.
We should have some music or something. It's so boring.
Yeah, the question is what exactly?
Right, because anything we play will get, what do you call
Well,
it? Copy.
it probably get you. I won't say struck. They'll just basically tag it for themselves. You know, whatever company to monetize you for them. And then I think there's Chris putting on some copyright free music. Is that the copyright free stuff, Chris? Is
It's
who's
the
ever
stuff
playing?
StreamYard provides. Whatever StreamYard has.
Yeah, so that'd be probably royalty free.
Yeah, I think they actually claim it is. I'm not sure.
Be careful. That's all I'm going to tell you is be careful.
Yeah, well, YouTube provides stuff like that too. The royalty
Yeah.
stuff.
They also suggest that you use their collection.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know.
Mm.
It's very repetitious and loopy. Kind of sounds a little bit like the old Zelda games or Secret of Mana.
It does. Oh, Chris, tell me, what was your favorite video game theme growing up?
Well, right now, Secret of Mana, because I'm listening to this. But really, I liked most of them. Picking one is kind of hard. But if I was stuck with a soundtrack, I would probably go with a sampling of the Mario games. I honestly think that they have some great composition over at Nintendo.
Yeah.
And Mario just is so varied.
I know, right? If I had
it's not perfect music, but they cover a lot of different sounds, you know?
Exactly. If I had to pick one, it would have to be the soundtrack to Defender.
Yeah, yeah.
That one and Gallagher.
I could live with either one of those.
Even though after a while it became monotonous, but it still inspired you to keep playing.
Heck yeah.
I was gonna say Mario as well.
Yeah, Mario just has so many different melodies and just anything a Nintendo does. Though they seem to do.
Nintendo just does music well for some reason.
Actually, you know what? From my childhood, although Nintendo, it falls under where Super Mario does, but it doesn't. It was when I was older. I'd probably say Donkey Kong when I really think about it. Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't like shady.
We couldn't hear you, Diana.
No.
Turn-
How do you turn it down?
Turn the music down.
Just a little bit.
I don't think she's talking to us.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
talking to
she
you.
is.
She's
Hello?
talking to you. Turn the music down.
Can you turn it down? Just a
Okay.
little?
Why didn't you turn it down, Diana?
I don't know how.
God damn.
You turned it on, Christopher.
How do I turn it down? I'm serious. I didn't know that I could. Let's see. I'm going to learn. Settings. General, maybe? Audio.
No, look in the right under the brand column or under the brand button.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
scroll down and you'll eventually run into background music.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're welcome. He thinks.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now I know. Hey guys, now I can pick the music next time.
Mm.
I just learned something new. Thank you, Christopher. So I've
No.
realized that doing the shading is way harder than it seems. Just saying.
So the key to shading is knowing where your light source is.
Yeah, well, I don't. That's for sure.
If it's coming from above your figure, everything below a certain point will be shadowed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there's the thing is, you get to pick where it's coming from. Usually.
Exactly. Doesn't
Well,
matter what you're drawing. You can always shine the light anywhere you want.
Yeah, well, that's a YouTube video for me to figure out all that, guys. I'll be honest with you.
Although,
Oh,
I must admit, sometimes
there's
keeping
several
it,
YouTube videos on that one.
although I must admit, keeping it consistent can be hard.
Yeah, this is so like. Yeah, I don't like it. That's all right.
So, were you
Well,
saying anything when we were talking? Well, when we were talking
while
about
the
video
music was
game
playing.
music?
No, not real. I was just saying the music was a little loud.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think you heard me or anything like
I
that.
wasn't sure whether you heard me going do for Donkey Kong Jr. and whether it got to you at all.
No, we've got about 10 minutes counting, gentlemen, for.
All right. Oh, Donkey Kong Jr. was an excellent cartoon. Now.
Good word. Sorry. I even took a nap. I have one more day of school, and we go into our summer.
You have one more day of school. I thought you graduated already.
Oh no, I mean I work in a school, so I don't say work. I say
Oh.
school. Yeah, I did. And it's like a half.
Summer break is starting for you soon. Oh, okay, I get it now.
Summer break starts tomorrow for me, only for a couple weeks, and I go back right after the 4th of July because I am doing the summer program.
I'll tell me they got you to volunteer for summer school.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I not volunteer. I'll be actually getting paid for it. I'm doing the OT for summer. The OT. So, but I have a couple weeks off, so that's good. Chris continues to work. He has to like schedule his vacations or days off. Like if he wants to take Friday off or something, he just lets them know.
Well,
Friday.
that's the thing about being the IT guy. You can pretty much do what you want.
Well, I don't know, Chris. Is that true?
Because whether or not he appreciates it, they always gonna need him.
Mm-hmm. That is
Yeah, but they could always hire somebody else.
that's good.
And it's still run into the same problem.
Yeah, but nowadays it's beginning that IT guys are not quite a dime a dozen, but
Well, the problem is there are many people that are not really wanting to work.
yeah, well
True.
that's
That's
definitely
the
a
other
thing.
thing.
That
That's the other
Especially
thing.
since a certain thing came
yeah.
Yeah.
and they were able to get free money for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. That screwed up everything. They had to go mess it up by doing what the Joker did in the 1989 Batman movie.
Really?
Yeah. Who do you trust? Money, money, money. Me, I'm giving away free money.
Mm-hmm.
And where is the Batman? Stuff like that.
Right.
Also shows you how greedy some people can be.
Mm-hmm. So I will have to brush up on the old shading.
Mhm.
This little picture, but I am done for tonight.
All right.
You guys, because I'm gonna go. I'll show y'all, and then I'll go around and see what y'all are doing. Let's see if I turn the camera on here. Click, click. There we go. So I added some darker color. I kind of followed the picture. This way. You guys see it okay?
Here, give me
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good.
Very good.
That's without the original layer. So if I add the original layer, you'll see the difference. I'm like, it doesn't look anything like. So the original layer has some additional shading around the head and all that stuff, but I'm like, well, that's for another day.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is done.
Well, you could just have a different light source than the original.
You guys are funny. Thank you.
Or it's not as bright or something or whatever.
It's
Or
not
it's not as dark on the one side or whatever. There's lots of ways
Right.
to explain stuff.
something. All right, so let's go around. I am going to highlight everybody one more time.
All right.
I'm trying to get my mouse to come over. This mouse thing is not working very well. I have two screens, right? So it likes to come over and be ridiculous. What were you going to say, Rick?
I was just going to say, let me know when you're on me. That way I can pull out so people can see the full image.
Okay.
Because I'm zoomed in and coloring.
I'm going to go to Terry first.
All right.
So this is looking good. Terry is more traditional.
Wait a minute. Let me do this. And now shine the light off.
Right?
And there we go.
Very
And there it is.
mm-hmm. Looks good. Ta-da! Did some lettering. I haven't gotten that. That'll be next week. I'll do some lettering or something.
Well,
Good.
actually, you can do what I do.
It's,
Depending on the style, you can download any font you want,
oh,
and
that's
then
true.
set it up where you can trace out the words. Boom. Or if you're able to download fonts to your iPad, you can select that font.
Okay. All
And
right.
just
Rick,
type with it.
Mm-hmm.
Come
You should
down. Just you're there. You're on solo. That's a very
You're
fine
on.
looking. His arm looks great.
Mhm.
Yes. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, we should be zoomed out now.
Yeah. Looks good.
Just
Like I said,
getting in the gloves right now.
he doesn't have any hair, so he's easy. You don't have to worry about the hair,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very cool.
This is why this was chosen. It's
Yeah.
easy
So-
for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Any ideas what you'd like us to do next week, Chris? Since you're, I think, up.
Your time to choose, Chris.
I don't think he's talking to us. Christopher. Chris?
Is he muted?
What?
Have you thought about what you wanted to do next week?
No.
Oh, come on, man. You're supposed to stay up on this.
Actually, I thought I picked. No, it's not my turn to pick. I picked it 2 weeks ago.
No, I did.
No,
What
he
did you
did.
pick
He
2
did.
weeks ago? Wait a minute. What was the last thing I picked?
Let's see.
Because I think it's not my turn.
I chose this.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
Terry. The week before was Rick. The week before that
What was the
you.
week before? Don't just toss out names. What was the week before?
The week
Week
before
be-
nerd wonder.
Nerd Wonder.
Last week was
No.
Nerd Wonder.
Yep.
It's the week before that. What was it?
It was the other guy, the other
The Phantom one.
the
One-
Phantom. It was the Phantom guys.
Yeah.
Phantom. The week
So
before.
it's
that's
Diana's turn. So Diana, you need to come up with something.
Oh.
Oh,
Come on, Diana. There's
I'm
got to
trying to
be
get the heat
something.
off of me. You take it.
No. There's got to be something you like.
Yeah, but it's nothing you guys want to try. Let me think.
Try me.
I don't
Isn't that
know.
where the challenge is? By doing something we don't want to do?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you guys always get mad at me when I come up with these. One time I came up with a thing, and Chris goes, "Are you kidding me? I'm not going to do that." I don't remember what it was, but he wouldn't do it.
Your microphone is sounding horrible tonight.
Oh, she was mumbling on purpose there. I think.
Yeah.
I was mumbling. What do you mean? It's right here in front of my face.
You're going.
Well, it sounds like crap. I'm just telling you, or maybe it's me.
Hmm.
Okay, is it any better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you sound like you're talking in a can to me.
Ooh,
Then I
Like,
think that's
literally.
you, Chris.
okay.
And I think it's you.
No.
Because last week it was. I have it in the same position as last week. Anyways, before we talk about what I'm going to do, I have you all featured. But see how you're able to highlight and it looks normal. Mine didn't.
Mhm.
Look, that looks good.
Yeah.
And you gave it a background or color thing.
You know what? The color washes for backgrounds are kind of cheap, but they do work.
Yeah.
I'll have to play with that.
Mm.
All right. So next week we got 2 minutes and counting. What do I want to do? What do we want to do? Oh my god.
All right.
What'd you see this weekend that you liked a lot of?
Oh,
I'm not thinking of anything specific. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
there's a lot of manga stuff, but
Okay.
I really liked it. Like Sailor Moon, she's really cool.
Okay. Let's go with that one then.
Sailor Moon, you guys want to do a Sailor Moon?
Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Why not? See, the Sailor Scouts are fun.
Sailor Moon sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sailor
and there
Spoon, okay.
are a lot of characters in that universe that can be exploited. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it can
Sailor-
be anybody in the series, right? Just anybody
Yeah.
from.
Anyone.
Okay.
Mm.
Sailor Spoon with Tuxedo Smack and Sailor Jars.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. So next week we are going to be featuring fan art of Sailor Moon. So if you are listening to this now and we just don't see you. The chat has been super quiet. Nobody chatting except for me. Welcome. Nobody else popping in. But I do think there's a lot of other streams going on. However,
Yeah.
do see this later on in the week, and you would like to take part of our Sailor Moon fan art draw stream, just send us a quick message and we'll send you the link that night. It's 9 p.m. on Monday. Does anybody have anything they want to share? Terry, do you guys have anything going on?
I
That's
just might
sick.
say during the week you might want to promote it, get
Yeah.
a thumbnail together and promote it on Twitter or whatever.
Maybe I'll do that because I am waiting till the last minute.
Yeah. Use any of the thumbnails that come free. Use any of the drawings that we did from previous week as thumbnails to promote it.
Okay. I will.
Yeah.
That's a good
Well,
idea.
I was thinking you call it Sailor Moon draw, fan art draw.
Yeah.
On Diana's draw.
Yeah.
Right.
Use
Because that's what I did tonight, but I'm putting it in the afternoon of the
yeah,
day.
and that's good.
But I still gotta I've gotta do this a little bit.
Now I'm going to tell you this, Diana. There are a lot of mangas that you run into that you might like.
Yeah.
But most of it is going. Most mangas that feature vampires are usually aimed at women anyway.
Okay.
So if you run across something like Vampire Knight, Vampire Hunter D, and so on,
All right.
those are things you might like.
All right, guys. Chris, do you need to or want to say anything
No, I'm good. I'm just over here playing around.
besides yelling at me? And
I wasn't yelling at you.
you were
Not yelling.
Your mic doesn't work.
I'll give you some yelling when we're up there, babe.
All right, thank you. Put me in my place.
Would you? You two fight like an old married couple.
We are an old married couple. I love him when he makes me crazy. Really good this week. And his
Hey,
team,
you did really very good.
well, no, I mean at the Comic-Con he was on his almost better behavior. I thought he did good.
Well, how
Okay.
did people react to the makeup?
Christopher,
Well, it was really good because the first day we didn't paint because we showed up late.
Mhm.
And then the second day I was able to contrast it, and I'd say it went quite well. We had people come back just to see me painted. Then I had,
you
it was
painted
funny. Day one, nobody asked for my photo. Nobody came up to me except for, passing the tables.
Mhm.
Day two, when I was painted, everywhere I went, somebody was wanting to talk to me. The paint automatically seemed to draw people in no matter what.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
it was definitely a worthy
you might-
experiment.
If you keep that up, you might become known as the guy with the painted face.
Yep. And that would be okay too. I don't mind being a little gimmicky.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, in
Thing
all
is,
honesty,
gimmicks are your thing.
Well, gimmicks
That's
need to
what
be
you-
all our thing in a sense at this point,
Yeah.
just to get people to notice us.
Exactly.
well, it worked out really good. We had a couple of people that had bought some books from us the day before, and they were coming back, and we were telling them about
Mhm.
he's going to paint with T-Mac and whatever. The little girl, she was 10 or whatever, she was so excited. And then when they came, oh my gosh, she was gushing. She was like, "Oh, this is so cool! Can I have your
And
picture?"
she had read Cyclopean 1, so she had already got like her foundational base the night before. And
Right.
it was, I will tell you, it sent my adrenaline through the roof to see her expression when she turned around and there I was painted.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Okay, this is working. This works with the kids. Good."
Younger ladies and older ladies want pictures with him. So
Mhm.
I think it gave us a little bit of a confidence boost that this is going to work.
Invest a little more money in the outfit because it's a little plain Jane.
Yeah.
I will tell you, platform shoes, I absolutely love them, but I destroyed them.
Yeah.
I have to like.
For them, well, let me tell you.
All right.
Chris,
I got to go do something. I'll be back.
All
we're
right,
going to
brother.
be closing the stream anyways, Terry, because it's 10 o'clock. But we'll see you maybe
All right.
on Wednesday. So go take care of yourself. Good night. God bless you.
But
I'm going to
Later,
end.
brother.
Later, all.
God bless you all. Thank you for coming and come back again. Wednesday night will be our Hero Shack stream. Check us out. We go
We are
live
moving quick.
at 9 p.m.
All right.
And of course, tomorrow
And
10
Rick's
o'clock.
10 o'clock stream.
yeah,
Right?
and then next week I start 5 days a week.
Ooh, that's right, Rick. That's awesome. Good for you. All right, my friend. God bless you guys. Here I go. Bada bing, bada boo.
Bada bing.